Okay, friends, we welcome back to Playdean. The year is 3129 of the Elven Age. I'm going to pull that music down a tad. 2 seconds. It just feels like it's coming through a touch loud. Let me set the scene, and then we'll meet our players and meet our characters. So, the situation is this: our players have hired, sent out an open advert for adventurers to for what is claimed to be a highly profitable job. This advert was set out by Renlund T. Barnachoop III, a well-known and wealthy silver mine tycoon who operates in the area around Hulon and Havarier. The job was advertised as highly profitable, and these three adventurers have been selected to take on the job. And following that, the request has come through to urgently meet at his home in the foothills north of Havarier, looking out over the plains. A wealthy chap, so he is. That's the situation that we find ourselves in. Let's meet some players. Let's start with Lissy. Hello, caught ya. No warning whatsoever. Busted.
I'm literally just gonna take Tylenol because I'm 30.
You can take Tylenol if that's what you need to do. What an absolutely fantastic entrance to the stream was.
Great time.
Sorry for the sudden, make no sudden movements. You've got a fan in Manny and Link 3333. Welcome. How you doing? Come for the moral support. Good to see you. Lissy, how are you? How did Lissy? You were selling flowers on a market yesterday. How did that go?
Yes, I was cosplaying as a flower seller, and I did really well. I sold them out of flowers, so.
Great work.
Yeah.
Top stuff. Now, we're welcoming back Ingrid, who is... remind us who Ingrid is and, any pertinent information.
So Ingrid is a 55-year-old, 4'8", little dwarf barbarian. She's got like nice dusky pink hair. Always has it in a braid. I wore braids today.
So you're really kind of
Ingrid
cosplaying as Ingrid a little bit here.
A little bit. She is from Iron Glen.
Yes.
She was an apprentice blacksmith. I think now is like kind of a co-blacksmith, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's here because she's broke. So.
Hey, we've all been there. We've all taken a job on that we never thought to do. I did that, and 14 years ago I'm in the same career, so one sympathises. Now, we last met Ingrid at the funeral of Achak Daygale, and we all know how that turned out. This adventure takes place mere weeks. You were already in the region. By the sounds of it, the job was taken on to make a bit of coin. So after the events of the funeral for Achak, how's Ingrid feeling?
I think she's kind of processed what happened. She's just like, man, that was crazy. And she's kind of working through her sadness of losing a friend, and she's on her way back home. Did a lot of thought.
All right. So heading home, but taking a job en route to try and help get her there a little easier. Makes sense to me. All right, thanks, Lissy. We will catch up with you again very shortly. Let's say hello now to Manny Heck. First of all, here he is, the only man allowed on my stream with a better beard than me. How are we doing, sir?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
Top of the world. Thank you very much. And as well
Love to hear it.
As well as Manny Heck and his wonderful voice and beard, we also welcome back Murph, who was in the very first one shot that we did right at the start of the year. So tell us about who Murph is, please.
Murph is a half-orc monk. He was abandoned on the doorstep of the monastery, raised entirely by the monks, knows nothing of his parentage and is now generally using his learned monk skills as a, if not necessarily a mercenary, but certainly a muscle for hire, perhaps.
Okay, nice, nice. Now, it's been 7 years since that business with the dragon up near Iron Glen. What's Murph been up to since then, do you think?
A massive chunk of that was spent as a personal bodyguard, hired, and it turned out to be incredibly boring for him. He had almost nothing happened. It was a bodyguard for someone who came under no attacks, and he spent that time learning almost nothing.
So a cushy, easy paycheck, but but just kind of unsatisfying by the sounds of it.
Precisely.
Okay, very good indeed. All right, fantastic. Thanks very much, Manny and Murph, and we'll catch up with you very shortly. And last but by no means least, let's welcome for the first time to the stream, Dusk E. Hughes. Here he is. Look at that handsome face. How are you doing, sir?
Doing all right. Everything coming through well?
Loud and clear, and
Perfect.
got the good camera on as well. I like that.
Yeah.
How are you, man? How's your week? Well, I was going to say how's your weekend. We played a bit of Rocket League a couple of nights ago. Had a nice chat. Welcome, Cheeky Moon, as well. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah, cheeky.
Scarlett was spreading the word.
Yes, she's always a big supporter of mine. She's great.
She is.
So, my character, Alabnar Juan Thrende, also goes by Abby, and he is a wood elf from the Forest of Squee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you've been pronouncing it, but
Squee is right on, yeah.
Perfect. A wood elf from the Forest of Squee, and he's kind of a go with the flow type of individual. Happens to be a sorcerer. Not really sure how he came by those powers, but doesn't really matter to him either. And he was eavesdropping on some people outside of the town. What's it called? The Splash?
The Splash, yeah, on the west coast of Raindrop Isle, yeah.
So he overheard some people saying there might be a job from a silver mine owner up on the mainland. So he decided to get in contact and see if his skills could be of use.
Okay, love that. Well, you kind of answered the question that I had planned, which was, well, but maybe there's more to say. What attracted you to that job besides the promise of fortune?
Well, Abby really likes to let the universe guide him. So the fact that he was in the right place at the right time to overhear about this, heard it could be lucrative, and money is always a nice way to gain some extra freedom. So he figured he would see what was happening.
No arguments from me. Fantastic. All right, Dusky, thank you very much. Let's move over to the full screen so we can see everybody all at once. Look at that. There's the team. Ingrid, Murph, and Alabnar. We're going to go. Do you want this thing to say Abby instead, Dusky? Is
Sure.
that?
I figured that'd be easier for everyone.
Okay, let's get that updated. Let's do it. A-double-B-I or Y?
I is good.
I, A-double-B-I. You got it. All right. Let's. We've got ourselves 3 contenders, 3 players, 3 adventurers. Fantastic. Abby Normal. Very good. Very good. Man, he's on form today. Awesome. All right. Our adventure then will begin as the 3 of you arrive at the home of Renlund T. Barnachute III, a name. Well, you know what? Why don't we? Let me clear the dice table a second, and let me ask everybody for a history check first of all. So if everyone can just roll a history, that would be a great way to kick us off, and we'll just see how much all of you know about Renlund T. Barnachute. Mm-hmm.
Let
Alright.
me figure out.
So you've got little buttons where you can add pluses and minuses if you need to, Dusky. There you go, top one. Okay, so, I mean, look, it's average of 16. Nice rolls. Much better than Phil yesterday. Oh my god. Phil, what would you do for a set of rolls like that? This guy could not get clear of a 7 yesterday. He had 2 crits, and then everything else was like 9 and below. This poor guy. So, look, I think with a 15, a 16, and a 17, I would say all of your knowledge is probably pretty equivalent, which is to say you have all heard of this guy. He's a well-known name in the land. You probably have only kind of heard of him by reputation, which is that he is a slightly eccentric mogul who operates a couple of silver mines nearby, and that's how he's made his fortune. His reputation as a business owner and you know a mine owner, obviously a profession that carries with it a bit of baggage. He's not known to be exceptionally bad, but that's perhaps damning with faint praise. You know, the conditions in his mines are no better or worse than they tend to be under anybody else. Basically, it's hard work. He you know, reaps the rewards of the labour of those people. So each of you, I think perhaps Murph, you're the last to arrive, and you're welcomed at the front door of this quite opulent home. You've walked up a winding hillside path to this, you know, manor house kind of thing that overlooks the plains north of Havarier, and you can see as far as the coast as well. And you're shown in to the kind of reception area, if you like, the foyer of this huge home. There's a big staircase that one of those ones that kind of goes up the middle and then opens out to either side, you know, like going up, curves around to the next floor. And you're shown to a chair in this area, and you can see that already sitting on 2 other chairs in this hall area are a dwarf and an elf, who are in rapt conversation. And Ingrid and Abby, what's the conversation like? You, all 3 of you are of course meeting for the first time. You don't know each other at all. What's the conversation like between Ingrid and Abby as Murph approaches?
I imagine Ingrid's real bad at small talk, so she's just kind of sitting there and kicking her feet,
being a bit awkward. Yeah, this was the case at the funeral as well. I recall. Yeah. Abby, is Abby more chatty? Would you be sort of trying to push conversation? How are you feeling?
I think Abby would try some conversation, maybe a little bit of small talk, find out where you're from, maybe why you're here. But ultimately, Abby's pretty chill, so if Ingrid doesn't want to talk, Abby's not going to force them.
Ingrid would definitely like respond. She just wouldn't. She would do it in an awkward way because that's how she is.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. So Murph, you approach, and there's 2 people seated in front of you. Take it away.
I suppose we're all here for this job.
Yep.
Very good.
Sounds about right. And who are you?
My name is Murph.
Nice to meet you, Murph.
Very pleased to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Indeed.
I'm Abby.
Ingrid.
Abby, Ingrid. Very nice.
Have you
been on jobs of this sort before?
I don't know about you, Ingrid, but I certainly have not.
Really? No.
Well, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, probably.
What kind of trouble could a little rich boy have in store for us?
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, I figure we'll be able to figure it out.
The attendant who showed you inside, after they showed you over to the seats, had disappeared into a side room. But shortly thereafter, they re-emerge and sort of gesture to the three of you and hold the door open, and it's like, if you would enter this way, please.
Abby will stride right in.
Hop off the chair and head over.
I'll follow, walking exactly the same way as the person who said it.
Just okay, nice. You are shown through it's a pair of tall wooden block doors. You know, the kind that when you close them really make you hear it shake as they close, kind of thing. And you're shown into a room that is it's a study room, really. It's quite high ceilinged with bookshelves up and down each side of the room, and a large desk. I could imagine kind of Mr. Burns' office from The Simpsons if it was a library as well. You know, it's pretty imposing. There's like perhaps a stuffed animal of some kind. Like a taxidermied animal. There is this. I mean, obviously the house already gives off this impression anyway, with its marble floors and gold filigreed into everything, and it's a pretty opulent place. And this room looks out a spectacular view, looking out towards the east coast of Playdene, and showing like some glorious hillsides rolling off into the distance, you know. And behind the desk, in a big red leather-bound chair, sits an older gentleman, a human man of about 80 years old, definitely a senior citizen. And as you enter, he kind of looks to be kind of surveying you, and then looks up very excitedly and beams with a real warm smile on his face. He's like, "Splendid! Come on, come in, please. Don't linger in the doorway. Come on. We've got a lot to get through, and I'm afraid not much time. Please." The attendant who shows you in as you walk past leaves the room, and indeed you do hear that shaking door as it closes very heavily, you know. The man, with a bit of an effort, stands from his chair, and kind of uses his desk to lean on a little bit. But he's a tall man, very well dressed, glorious flowing deep blue robes with a kind of silver, lined with silver. He says, "Well, welcome to Barnatroop Manor. My name is Renlund T. Barnatroop III. I am no doubt you've heard of me, and my name, I know, is well known throughout the land of Playdene. But today, it's a very exciting opportunity for the three of you. Are you all ready? Are you all certain you want to go ahead with the job?"
Why don't you tell me a bit more about it, and then I'll decide.
Well, the thing is, I really can't reveal the details until I, have absolute certainty that we've got the right people for the job. Now, from the look of you, I think you all look absolutely perfect, frankly. But I'm very reluctant to reveal more without a degree of trust between us. Do you understand?
I'm sure you can understand how that goes both ways. Tell you what, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the pay?
That I can certainly do. No problem at all to tell you about the pay for each of you for this, if you are successful, mind you. And I can tell you, I'll tell you, it's I think reasonably simple, should be. I need you to go to a cave and find an artifact for me. but the pay for each of you will be substantial. 300 gold apiece if you are successful.
Sounds doable.
Ingrid's like, yeah, that'll be fine. 300 gold, so sounds fair, you know.
In her mind, she's like, oh my god, finally.
Yeah, just the end of your problems. He looks at you and Murph is like, so my friend, does 300 gold mean we have an accord?
I can agree to that.
Splendid. Absolutely marvellous. Well, the time has come. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. He starts rummaging on his desk amongst some papers. Where is the blasted thing? He pulls out a small piece of canvas and holds it up for you. And he goes, this is the Goblet of Camarrand. And you can see this painting, a watercolour painting of a beautiful, ornate silver goblet with rubies on going around the kind of the lip of this goblet.
I'm pretty sure that's a painting.
Well observed, my good sir. That was humour? Very, very funny, if I may say so. Very amusing indeed. I would spend a lot more time laughing at that, frankly, if we weren't on a bit of a tight time scale. But I am amused. Fear not. That's very, very good. He says, I suppose you've heard of Camarrand, have you? Each give me let's have another history check. Let's see who knows about Camarrand. A 9, a 13. Murph, you definitely don't. I think Ingrid on a 13. I think you've heard of it. You know that it was an elven city in the northern country of Jin, north of Playdeen. So Camarrand, a long, long way away. On foot from where you are would take you many months to reach. So Camarrand, a long way away. I think that's probably about as much as you would know. I've just realised as well, Lissy, that I've got your camera overlapping the background. So while you consider Camarrand, I'm just going to pull that in. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Very good. Right. So he says, yes, Camarrand in Jin. He says it's an ancient relic, and we thought it'd been lost, but rumours recently that there was a discovery. It was brought as part of an expedition by the first Elven King of Playdeen as they migrated from Jin. And it was a relic brought then as part of that travelling party, and was thought to have been lost on as part of that expedition. But we recently discovered a diary kept by his squire, Fredin, that mentions having lost the goblet during an exploration of a cave called Muldunk recently. It sounds like the cave was more like some kind of sanctum. All very jolly interesting. Now, I myself am an enthusiast, an amateur historian, perhaps some would say, and many of these books were written by my own hand, and I am indeed a collector of rare relics also. So, the job, my friends, is to go to Muldunk, not far from here, and retrieve for me the Goblet of Camarrand, after which you will be paid most handsomely.
I accept.
And what's the catch?
Well, honestly, simply that rumours tend not to stay rumours for long. I fear that news of the relic may spread, if it has not already done so, to other interested parties. Hence the urgency. I couldn't possibly say if others may be there, but the catch is simply that we need to find it rather fast. I need you to go immediately. There is a wagon outside my home that is ready and waiting to take you to Moldunk.
Is there any other any things you can give us to help us on this journey? Any other things?
I'm afraid, as you can see, this old place is falling to bits. I don't have anything to offer you in that regard, but he looks from across the three of you. He says, I feel that we have chosen wisely in our hiring practices. You look like you'll be able to handle yourself. Murph, I'm guessing Murph is a pretty muscular kind of guy, like a pretty big lad.
Being a half-orc, yeah.
Yeah.
A fair guess.
He kind of lingers staring at Murph's bicep for a moment and says, yes, I think you'll do just fine. Are there any questions that any of you may have for me?
Would you tell us what you plan to do with the goblet after you have it?
Oh, certainly. I have a large collection that I hold in my home. I do open it to the public on certain days, and it operates as almost sort of a gallery. So it will take pride of place there among my other treasures and trinkets that I have gathered over my many long years.
I see. And how do the elves feel about you having their goblet?
I don't really see that's too relevant. It's a relic that has been lost for over 2,000 years.
Ah, I see. I see. Lost to time. Prime for the picking.
We have a.
Might it be some of those who have heard about its recovery?
Yes, I suppose it's possible. I don't know that it was a historic artifact. It possesses no, properties that I'm aware of. I think at the time it was merely a cup that the Elven King favoured, but wouldn't necessarily have any enormous value.
And yet its value to you is enormous.
Well, I am a collector of historical artifacts. Some of those are themselves extremely valuable by virtue of their materials. Some of them possess merely sentimental value to me as a historian, and this one, I think, falls into the latter category. I don't know if it's of enormous interest to anybody else.
I suppose we'll find out.
Indeed you shall. He leans over the desk and claps you on the shoulder, Murph, and says, that's the spirit, my boy. Now go, please. Time is of the essence, and my wagon awaits to take you to Moldunk, and I bid you good fortune, and may you return swiftly, safe, unharmed, with the goblet.
Thanks.
He reaches down and picks up a little bell on the table and rings it, at which point the same attendant opens the door again and is like, come, please. The attendant shows you outside, where indeed there is a driver waiting with a horse-drawn wagon, a bit like an old Wild West wagon, like a canvas-covered thing. But it operates almost like a bus. It's got like 2 benches in the back that you would sit in. And he gestures to you to climb into the back, and there's a driver on the front waiting to pull away.
A ride
Think you
of
could spare
luxury, I
something with
see.
a bit more comfort.
The attendant showing you out is like, more comfort. Well, 1 moment. He rushes back inside, and you can sort of faintly hear the sound of him opening like a cupboard or something. And he rushes back out with 3 quite basic cushions, and like just hands one to each of you. Just like what the kind of cushion you'd have on like garden furniture, you know, like it's not like your sofa. It's pretty basic.
Well, that's
yes.
my arse, thanks you.
You're very welcome.
Indeed.
Mine
All
thanks
right.
you for about 30 seconds, and then it
Yeah.
ceases to matter.
And then your ass goes numb. You climb up into the wagon then, and it pulls away. Is there any? I mean, it's a perfect opportunity. I don't think the driver would be able to hear you over the sound of the wheels and the horse hooves. Any conversation between you en route about your meeting with Renlund that you want to have? Don't have to.
Did he say his mansion was crumbling? But I saw a lot of gold around there. Like, it didn't seem that bad, huh? Is it just a rich person's like view of bad?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. It's an attempt to project modesty.
Makes sense.
He feels self-conscious about his wealth, as he should.
Yeah, okay.
Ingrid, give me a perception check with a. This is gonna have a DC of 5. Don't roll bad. Don't you have like a +4 to perception as well?
+3. Okay, I got a 15. I'll take it.
Yeah. The house was absolutely spotless, pristine. Was not crumbling at all. He, yeah, was kind of projecting modesty as Murph suggests, and I think also just basically didn't want to give you any additional help with this. He's just like, nah, I think you can do it with your bare hands, basically, and whatever you're carrying with you.
Fair enough.
The day draws on, the wagon pulls down the winding hillside and then turns to the northwest and heads deeper into the hills nearby. It's probably only about 3 hours of this ride, and so having met in the morning, it's kind of midday. It's a sunny day, the midday sun right overhead, as you arrive at a clearing amongst the wooded hills, and the driver turns around and brings the wagon to a halt, and turns around and says, "I can go no further. You're needed in that direction." He points across to points where the opening kind of operates as a path and goes behind a hill, so you can't see yet where the cave is, but that's the direction he points you in.
How far is it?
Oh, not far at all, sir. Just round that corner.
Like,
And you'll
like
be
not
here
far,
when we
like
return.
like a couple miles, or like
Oh,
30 feet.
oh, yeah, it's a couple of 100 yards, sir. And yes, I'll be right here. Don't fear not. I'm not going anywhere. I have my job. You have yours.
And what was your name?
My name, sir, Denton.
Denton. Well, lovely making
That's
your
a good
acquaintance,
name.
Denton.
Good to meet you as well. Good luck. Cool. So presumably you're heading in that direction, unless you're going very rogue, just like run off in the fucking opposite direction.
I'm gonna go that way. Actually,
Fuck
just
it.
thanks for the ride.
I'm gonna get some dinner.
That way looks more fun. Sorry.
Just knock him down and steal the wagon.
Yeah, free wagon.
GTA.
Well, we didn't get the goblet, but we got a free wagon out of this. We can sell this and the horse for, more than the goblet's worth. Anyway, as you go around the corner, you see hidden in the hillside, kind of semi-concealed by rocks and plants, you can unmistakably see the entrance to a cave. Who out of the three of you do you think... This is going to sound like a very loaded question. It's not really. Who out of the three of you do you think is walking ahead of the others, if anyone? Or are you just simply walking three abreast at the moment?
I'm pretty sure Ingrid's slow, so she's in the back.
It's not her fault. Her legs are short.
It's not. They're so small.
I think
Guys are best.
Abby would step up and gesture forward. After you, my good sir.
Very good. I'm definitely looking around for any signs of activity or inhabitants.
As you get closer to the cave, Murph, you hear a noise. Give me a perception check, please. Yeah. On an 18, you hear from within the cave the unmistakable sound of voices.
Can I tell what they're saying or what language it is that they're speaking?
You listen in, and from the distance you are, you can't hear what they're saying, but you know how, like, even if someone's speaking your language from a distance, you can tell it's your language. You can hear that it's common. They're speaking common tongue, but you can't make out the words at the distance you are. That you can, the distance you are.
Can I make out a general tone? Are they agitated? Are they excited? Are they angry?
Doesn't seem to be. They're not raised voices. This is three people having a regular conversation.
Well, we should probably try to get closer without being noticed. At least close enough to be able to understand what they're saying.
Not the sneakiest, but I can try. If you want to sneak.
Yeah, Abby's not. He's more of the blend in by looking like you belong type, not so much the hide in the shadows type.
That's going to be harder to do at the entrance to a hidden cave, isn't it? So, well, you decide amongst yourselves. Are all of you going to try and get closer? Are you going to send a kind of a scout? What's the way to approach this?
I can be a little bit sneaky. I'll give it a shot.
So you're going to try and get closer? Go ahead, Dusky.
I think Abby would try and position just off to the side of the entrance, kind of laying in flank.
So you're kind of at just round the corner from the entrance.
Yeah, just off to the side.
Ingrid, what's your reaction to this news that there are voices coming from the inside?
So Ingrid will probably, like, as we're forming this kind of position, she'll probably keep her eye on, like, the surrounding, like, she'll be backwards.
So you're kind of standing guard. Okay, got it. So Murph, you're trying to creep a bit closer. Abby, you're round the corner from the entrance. Murph, are you going into the cave? How far are you going here?
As far as I need to be able to understand what they're talking about.
Great.
Or get a look at them.
Give me then, Murph, a stealth with a DC of 8. Oh, baby boy. A 19. Lissy, thank you for the heads up that the dice weren't appearing on stream, by the way. I've sorted that. Easily cleared. As you get closer to the cave entrance, you can see that as soon as you go into the cave, it sort of bends round to a side, so you can't see anybody. From the cave entrance, you can hear now more clearly. There are unmistakably 3 voices, and they appear to be in a discussion, though not an argument. You hear 3 voices. One of them is 2 of them are male. One of them is female, and it sounds like a kobold. You can kind of make out that quite distinctive tone of a kobold's speech. Not as easy to discern the origin of the other 2, speaking as they are in common. But what you hear is one of them saying, "Listen, my dad always said to me, if in doubt, take the left path." And another voice in response is, "Well, look, I have no preference either way. It's a 50-50 shot. We either go to the left or the right. I think we just need to make a decision quickly. We've spent far too much time trying to deliberate whether to go left or right. It's not that. We don't know what's either way." And then you hear the kobold voice.
Yeah, damn, what a shame.
That's like, "Kobolds never go to the left. We always go to the right. Go to the right, I'm telling you." This conversation seems to be going somewhat round in circles. What's your thoughts, team?
So I creep back out and report the conversation very quietly to the rest of them. Now my personal suggestion.
Say
is
again,
to-
Ingrid. Sorry.
I said, do they sound like we could maybe join up with them, or do they sound like they need to go? You know.
Ingrid chooses violence. Sorry, Murph. Murph, go ahead.
If I have to.
If I had to guess, they're here for the same purpose as us.
Boy.
My personal feeling might be to charge in, knock them down, and proceed down one of the paths and hopefully get to where we're going ahead of them.
Well, if we have to, pulls out her axe.
Already been sharpening it. Like.
Well, wait just a moment. Perhaps I can have a conversation with them. I can be rather persuasive when I need to be. Maybe we could even use that to our advantage if they say no. How about you two wait here at the entrance, just out of view. I'll step forward, talk to them for a moment. If it looks bad or they seem hostile, I'll hightail it back out, where you two will be waiting to ambush them.
Sounds like Plan B.
I can get behind that.
Hey, we got a strategy
All right.
team. All right,
All right.
Abby, it's your moment. Talk me through how you approach this.
Abby's going to kind of stroll nonchalantly down the entrance to the cave, as if he belongs. And he's going to round the corner, and what does he see?
Yeah, cool. As you go around the corner, what you see is that the path is lit by torches, and about 30 feet away, it branches into two paths. One going to the left, one going to the right. This cave is not it's not just earth. This isn't just tunnels. This used to be something. It was described by Renlin as a sanctum, and indeed the ground is paved. The stone, the tiles are cracked. You know, it's certainly a very old place that has perhaps laid in ruin for some time. There is at this juncture, there is a statue that again is sort of semi-crumbled. The left arm is in rubble on the ground next to where the statue was, and there doesn't appear to be any plaque on it. Now, in front of this, you see a kobold dressed in some kind of loose-fitting robe of a dark red colour. You see an elf with a lute strapped to their back, and dressed in fairly kind of modestly priced, I should say, clothing. And a halfling who, probably out of an abundance of caution, has his sword drawn. They've all got their backs to you at the moment. They don't seem to have perceived you at this stage. So all you can see from the back is make out the elven ears, the unmistakable shape of a kobold, and of course the halfling, which you can identify kind of from the height and build of them. The halfling has got a shock of flowing brown hair that's quite nicely coiffed. You can see that even from behind. That's what you're able to see from there.
So Abby is going to get just within reasonable earshot, not too close, kind of keeping a somewhat safe distance. And then he'll call ahead and say, "Ochi adventurers! How goes it? It's wonderful to see you here in this beautiful, beautiful cavern. What brings you out?"
The moment they hear a sound, the three of them whip round, and the elf draws a kind of long dagger from their hip, and you see the kobold take up a stance that implies this could be some magic heading your way. The three of them whip round. The halfling, they all look just very fucking agitated, and this halfling is like, "Whoa, halt! Who goes there? Who goes there?"
Abby puts up his hands kind of out in a non-threatening way, out and down. That's non-threatening.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Oi, hey! No need for aggression. I'm just here exploring these caverns, and I thought maybe, since I heard some fellow adventurers, that maybe we could join up and explore this place together. What brings you out? What are you exploring here for?"
Hold on. Before we get into what I'm doing here, I want to know more about what you're doing here. You're just out exploring what?
Well, look at me. I'm a wood elf, aren't I? I've got plenty of time, plenty of days. Why not explore?
He turns to the elf, who you can make out now clearly is also a wood elf. He goes, "Is that true? Is that right? You got plenty of days. You're gonna do a lot of exploring." I'm like, yes, I suppose so. But do you know what, Abby? Give me a deception roll as well.
Uh-oh.
Let's have a DC of 12.
Huzzah!
Oh, yes. Yeah, so this elf is like, yes, obviously our days are many, and yes, many of us do enjoy exploring the lands for its own purpose, but the kobold interrupts and goes, "Still seems fishy to me. Walking around at the same time that we're here. Are you on your own?"
Well, as you can see, I'm on my own right now. I do have a couple of friends that are supposed to be meeting me here to take part in this adventure. Would that be a problem for you?
The halfling steps forward again, or speaks up again, I should say. It says, I'm afraid it would, friend. I'm going to have to ask you to find another cave to explore on this occasion. You can come back to this one in a couple of days.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because this is really a prime spot for me today. And I tend to go where the universe guides me, and guided me here. I'm afraid I can't go against the universe. Do you fault me for that?
The wood elf steps forward and speaks to you in Elvish.
Okay.
And says, "I find no fault with anything you have said thus far, friend, but I'm afraid the universe will need to guide you elsewhere today."
I see. Well, I was wondering, on my way in, I found a rather curious artifact just outside the cave, kind of stashed underneath some rocks. The rocks are too heavy for myself to lift. Would one of you be able to help me?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I really thought the universe was taking me somewhere grand today. I just can't believe that such fine folk, such hardy adventurers would have trouble with a rock.
Listen, friend, we wouldn't have any trouble lifting a rock. We're here on a job. We got something to do, I'm afraid. You're going to have to back off, okay?
A job? And you don't want help?
No.
Well then, I guess I'll have to be on my way. Good luck to you on your adventure.
Don't even think about following us.
Oh, you've made it very clear that you're no friend of this adventurer on today's day. So I'll just be finding another cave.
See that you do. Farewell.
Well, good luck in your travels.
Okay. Just give me a flat charisma check, Abby. Just before we just going to see how that landed with everybody in general. They're obviously
Okay.
a little bit edgy. Oof.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Yeah, I think they weren't that keen on you, frankly. While the elf certainly seemed the most reasonable of the three, and I feel like they don't necessarily bear you any specific ill will, but don't want to see your face again.
Fair enough. Abby would probably pick up on that.
So where to?
Okay, so I think Abby will then make his way, maybe back up to the curve, and then head on out to report back to Ingrid and Murph.
As
Let
you're
them know that they're not too nice.
as you're leaving the cave, you can hear them say, basically, we better get a move on, right? Like, we can't delay here any longer.
So yeah, when Abby gets back out to the entrance, he's gonna, bring in Murph and Ingrid close so that way he can stay quiet and say, "So, it's a kobold, a halfling, and an elf, and it looks like one of them was an archer, right? You said, or was it a bow or a?
Which one? Sorry, the halfling had a sword drawn.
Sword. That's what it was.
Yeah. The bard drew a long dagger. And the elf, who's got the lutes, is obviously a bard, drew a long dagger, and the kobold seemed to be some kind of spellcaster.
Okay, so the kobold seemed to be wielding the weave of some kind, and the elf seemed to be a musician, while the halfling was carrying a mighty sword. So they seemed like they were on a job of sorts, likely pursuing the same artifact that we are. But they didn't seem too keen on me joining the party, and when I mentioned that a couple of friends might be joining me, they were even less keen. So I think that perhaps we're either going to need to stay out of their way, or we're going to need to take them on now before they get too deep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, do you want to let them move ahead and take the path that they don't? Or would you like to try and take them out now?
I don't have any problem with taking them out now. I think we can deal with it. But
I would rather take them out now than stumble upon them again later when we may not have the element of surprise.
That's
Or
fair.
less
Yeah.
of an element of surprise.
Okay.
Abby, how are you feeling?
I think Abby is like you said, he goes with the flow. So if the rest of the team thinks that we need to take them on,
We'll just kill some
Abby
folk.
doesn't shy from a fight.
Yeah,
You
go
got
for
it.
Again.
Okay. So back into the cave, I guess. The three of you, is it?
Yeah. So, Murph, Ingrid, as we approach, before we come around the curve, stay there. I'll round the corner, grab their attention, and see if I can draw them towards us.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be ready.
All right. So if we can move into just before the curvature, the visibility,
Yep.
and then Abby's got a plan. So Abby's going to trot around the corner and say, "Archie, mates, I forgot one last thing. That artifact, I found it. It seems like some sort of cup, and it's got some sort of writing on it. I was wondering if that elf over there could help me decipher the writing."
Sorry to slow your roll a little bit here, Abby. As you go around the corner and begin talking, you notice that the space that was previously occupied by three figures is now empty.
Where'd you go? Hello?
You receive no answer.
Well, shite. And Abby will come back around the corner and say, "They've gone. I don't know where. Don't even know which path they took."
Dang. Well,
Can I look for like a survival check or something? Like indications of which way they might have gone?
Yeah, so the three of you going to push forward to where they were? Is that the plan, yeah?
Yeah, and as Murph is looking for tracks and stuff, I think Abby would investigate the statue to see if he recognizes any markings or
Great.
likeness on it.
Great. Abby, give me a history check, and Murph, give me a survival check, please. 22, lovely. And an 18. Lovely rolls. Phil is sitting there absolutely screwing. Now, to be fair, you guys are level 5, so you've got more pluses on some of your things, right? But okay, so firstly, Murph, on an 18, you can... There's tiles, so it's not like footprints like there would be in dirt, but you can see where the tiles had sort of dust that's accumulated on them. You can see that there is disruption in the dust that indicates some tracks going down the left path of the two. Abby, as you look at gaze upon the visage of this statue, crumbled though it is, it retains something of a sense of pride, and you recognise as an elf from paintings that you may have seen elsewhere on your travels. This is actually a statue of the first Elven King, Gorillion, who came to Playdean 3,000 odd years ago, just over 3,000 years ago. So this is the figure whose party would have brought with them the goblet described by Renlin. But yes, Murph, you see that tracks have gone away down the left channel.
Ochi, mates, this is Gorillion.
Oh, see that one guy with the cut, the thing we're supposed to be getting?
He's the first Elven King to come here. If it was his cup, it's gotta be one mighty fine cup.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense. Cool. We're in the right place.
So, are we giving pursuit or are we taking the other path?
Which arm did you say was smashed on the statue?
As you look at it, it's the left arm of the statue. So on your right, as you face it, is the smashed arm, the opposite side to the path that they went down.
I have no idea if that means anything.
That's good. That's good D&D brain, that, isn't it?
Something.
Well, I think that if we want to fight, we follow. If we want to take a chance that they're wrong, we can take the less traveled path. Can
If
we
you hear any
investigate
sound-
to see if there's any signs of that would indicate which path would be more lucrative for our adventure?
Yeah. So you want to just like maybe peer down each pathway a little bit and see what you can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, no roll required. Both of them look more or less identical. They're both paved and go about 40 feet, and then each of them has a identical door that is in both cases closed.
What kind of door are we talking? Like a stone door, a wood door? Does it have a handle?
Yeah, they each have a handle. They are each made of stone, and they sit flat into the wall. They're obviously going to be pretty heavy, given their composition. But they're fairly basic. There is not a great deal of ornamentation around the areas that you can see so far. It's just this kind of paved and stone room, basically, quite basic.
All right.
What if we go and slam the left door so that they might hear it and think we're following them, but then we go down the right side?
A little bit of cheeky deception. I like it.
I like that.
It never hurts,
That's pretty silly. I
except
like
when it does.
Just don't slam your fingers in the door.
Yeah, true, that hurts.
That's when it hurts.
So your thought is to go to the door that they went through, and then what? Open it and close it again
Noisily.
noisily.
Should
Okay.
one of us do that? Who is like the quickest, so that they can run? It's not me.
As in not you. Yes.
No.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on how heavy the door is to whether or not Abby could actually slam it. Strength is not his.
This might
strong
be
suit.
this might be a job for Murph.
I think I also
I
have the fastest movement as a monk.
Actually, who's got the
Yeah.
Ingrid? Ingrid would have the highest strength, I would think.
I've
but-
got a +4,
But
I'm-
dexterity is Murph, so it depends what you want to prioritize here: the noise or the getaway.
true. What do you think? Want to make a really loud sound, or do we want to run?
You slam the door, I'll pick you up and carry you.
That
love
sounds
that.
good. I'm
Okay. Ingrid, so you guys all approach this door. Ingrid, give me a strength check.
Ingrid is so ready to prank someone.
Fucking playing
I
knock
think,
and
I
run
think
on
Abby's
these guys.
gonna hang out at the entrance to both of the tunnels. He's gonna wait.
Now, just for your information, this is from your side. This is a push door, right? So you push it open, and then you're gonna pull it back. But give me that strength check.
The saving throw, or just my regular?
Just a strength roll.
Okay.
Now, do you want to, when you push this door open, are you just doing this very quickly? Like you're not planning to, you don't want to peek inside or anything?
We didn't talk about that. I'm just gonna push it and be like, oh,
Okay.
and then we'll leave.
So cool. You do that. 21. Yeah, that makes a fucking row. You pull this
Making a real row.
door, bam, and you hear a booming echo that would
go.
definitely be heard on both sides. So what? You guys hightailing it back up towards the statue, or yeah? You
Yep.
you sit in wait as the adrenaline starts running from the sound of this echo. But there's no sign of anyone.
Well, maybe we at least gave them a good like spook.
You think they
That was
chose
the
the wrong
idea.
path and they're dead?
Oh, that could be.
Wishful thinking, perhaps.
Either way, now we go down the right side.
If they've been killed in the time that it took you to have this conversation, there must be something very. I'd be asking the question, by what?
We might be doomed.
Something we don't want to find.
Yeah, let's go to the other door. Yeah.
Nice. So is that the plan? You're going to go down the right path instead? Nice.
I think so.
I think
I
so.
believe so.
So you arrive at the a carbon copy of the door, and it opens comfortably. It's another heavy stone door, but not so heavy that you can't push it open.
Close this one quietly.
Sure. You shut the door, and let me show you the room that you are now in. So, here is what faces you. You enter on the south side of the room, and there is a kind of stone walkway. In the middle, there's a 5x5 chessboard-esque thing, 5x5 squares, with a deep pit on either side. To your left is a plinth, and on top of this plinth sits a small metal box. Across the way, on the other side, as you can see, there are 5 plinths with, on the ground in front of them, even from your side, you can see numbers on the ground in front of them. This, the green and white section of floor is, each square is 10 feet across. So it's 50 feet by 50 feet.
You said the first plinth is on our side?
It is, yeah. It's just in that bottom left
That's
corner.
the bottom left corner? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that Abby would take a look at the plinth that's on our side and see if there's any sign of an indication as to what's supposed to happen here.
As you get closer, you can see that engraved into the top of the box, which is just made of a basic metal, just like a iron or tin maybe, is the number 1.
This one says 1 on it. I think that means it's first.
Arabic or Roman numeral?
It's a Roman numeral. It matches the
Okay.
matches the ones on the other side.
You said it's a box. Does it look like it has a latch or anything, or does it?
No,
does
it
look
just
like
it
it's
appears to be. It's more like a rectangle of metal, with a 1 engraved into the top of it.
locked? Okay. Somebody want to touch that?
Abby just like sending everyone else to their death.
I don't know, this place is suddenly creepy, so not me. This seems like one of those puzzles. Like a test.
All right. Maybe Abby will survey the area and see if it reminds him of any puzzles or games that he's seen before.
Give me what is it you're trying to look for? Tell me that.
So like if this was the real world and it looks like a chessboard, I would assume that it has something to do with chess. Or if I saw a figure that looks like a chess character, if this resembles any game that's played in the world.
No roll required. No. The floor resembles a chessboard in that it has alternating coloured squares on it, but this doesn't look like a game from that you recognise.
Okay. Can I cast Mage Hand and try and open the box with my Mage Hand?
You can absolutely cast Mage Hand, and yeah. So you can cast Mage Hand, and then it's going to pick up the box. There's no there doesn't appear to be any way to open it. I'll say that. It's, as I say, it's just
Okay.
a kind of it's almost like just like a bar, like a metal bar.
Okay. Yeah. Then Mage Hand. I'll use Mage Hand to kind of pick it up and turn it around to take a look at all the sides.
Cool.
See if it reveals anything.
As soon as the Mage Hand picks up the bar, you hear a spectral voice that whispers, "All 4 corners."
Did you all hear that?
And you would have all heard it. It's a whisper, but a loud whisper.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What do you think it means?
Well, there's 3 of us, so it sounds like we're in the platform. There's corners. Ingrid is like doing math in her head.
3 of
Like
us,
mumbling.
4 corners,
Doing
1
barbarian
box.
Yeah. Numbers?
Um, per- perhaps this this little box could be our number 4, and we could each take a position on the corners.
Maybe we should
Worth a
test
try.
it before we stand on it. Like I could poke
Okay.
it.
So Abby's gonna have the mage hand take the box and set it on the. Let's go with the top left corner.
Okay. Ingrid, as you kind of dip your toe onto it, you find that it's very sturdy. It's you can actually see from, like, if you go to the side of it, you can see that it's like a column of stone, basically. So it's well supported.
Can I like jab it with the bottom of my axe to be like,
Yes.
is it like a pressure thing?
The floor gives no sign of reaction to that.
Okay.
So the box is now sitting on the top left corner.
And nothing's happened.
And nothing happens.
Murph, do you want to try and take the top right corner?
How did I know you were going to ask me? Yes, I will go.
Murph,
I'll
you
just step
go
in
and
the-
stand in the top right corner. You're immediately eaten by a dragon and die forever. No, nothing
No.
nothing happens at
somehow-
all. See you later, folks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
There's no reaction from you standing on that top right corner.
All right.
I guess we'll
And
hop
then
on
so
the bottom.
yeah,
One of them. Everyone
guess
else just
I'll-
poking.
I'll go bottom left, I guess.
Okay, and then Ingrid, you're on the bottom right.
Right?
So we've got all 4 corner spaces occupied. Absolutely nothing happens.
Cool.
Okay. I guess Abby.
Well, since I'm
is-
already at the far
Yeah.
side, I'll walk over and look at the things 1 through 5.
Give me a perception check.
Ingrid,
Or,
like,
actually,
jumps a few
sorry,
times.
Manny, investigation. Give me that.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not nearly as good.
It's only got a DC of 6.
Fine.
Oh, you crushed it. Nice and easy. As you're investigating these plinths, they're just 5 carbon copy columns that are sitting there. But as you're investigating them, you notice that the top of each of them is a pressure plate. As you touch it, it will kind of sink down as you rest your hand on it.
Anything
And do
happen?
they-
Well, does that?
Can they be moved?
No, the columns are stuck fast. However, when you push down on the first one, as the pressure plate sinks, the plinth where you took the box from on the other side suddenly opens, and a second box pops up.
Abby, is your mage hand still around? Can you, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
touch the box?
I think what Abby would do is Abby would step off of the board onto the first area and walk over to box number 2 to see if it looks the same as box number 1.
It does, with one key difference. It has a numeral 2 on the top of it.
All right. I think Abby would call the mage hand over and leaving the first box on the corner where it was and
Yeah.
grab the second box.
As it's picked up, you hear the spectral voice once more that says, 5 across, 5 forward. At this juncture, just while you guys are thinking about that, can I just say to chat that if anyone has theories on the puzzle, to kindly keep them to yourselves, thank you. Not that anyone had threatened to do anything otherwise, but I just want to make sure that our players have the joy of exploring this themselves. So sorry, yes, so you hear 5 across, 5 forward from the spectral voice.
That should be far right corner.
Sure. I think Abby would fly box number 2 over to Murph and kind of call across like, Murph, would you mind maybe putting those boxes on the pedestals?
Okay.
So you've got, well, the number 1 box is still sitting on the floor, and the number 2 box has been offered out to you, Murph, by Mage Hand.
Well, I'll go and pick up the number 1 box and put that on the 1 plinth, and then take the number 2 box and put it on the number 2.
When you put the number 1 box on the number 1 plinth, it sets down on the pressure plate, and the plinth prime at the start opens up, and a 3rd box, which, Abby, you're still stood there, you can see has a number 3 on top. However, when you put number 2 on number 2, nothing happens.
Ingrid is definitely off the platform. She's just on first side, where we walked in. Just kind of pacing back and forth, by the way. Just to throw that up there.
Muff, I got box number 3 over here, but it's unclear where's box number 4. Perhaps if I pick it up?
Yeah?
Sure, give me number 3. I'll put it on the 3, and we'll see if number 4 appears.
Are you doing this, Abby, or is Mage Hand coming back?
I'm going to call Mage Hand back
Okay,
to grab the box number 3 and take it over to him.
From here on out, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume that Mage Hand is doing all the lifting.
Okay.
As soon as number 3 is picked up, 2 things happen. Number 1, you hear the spectral voice once more that says, "Move 2 by 2." And then, as soon as the number 3 is lifted off, the plinth opens and box number 4 pops up.
All right. Well, I guess at this point there seems to be a pattern. So I think Abby would have Mage Hand fly box number 3 over to the pedestal and just set it directly on the plinth.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to perhaps read a bit into this and say that you're going to continue in this vein. Is that fair to say? So
that's the plan.
When it returns and picks up box number 4, you hear a spectral voice that says, "3 is a crowd," and box number 5 pops up.
And what happens? I guess I'd take box number 5 and put it on the 5th plinth.
Cool. So when you put box 5 on plinth number 5, so we've got all the plinths with their corresponding box set on top. When the 5th one is set down, all the 5th pressure plate drops. All 5 of the plinths open up. The boxes drop down into their plinths. The plinth back at the start, where you got the boxes from, opens up, and box number 1 pops up.
No spectral voice with that one, though.
Haven't touched it yet.
Oh, that's true.
But we know what it's going to say. It's going to say all 4 corners.
4 corners, yeah.
So perhaps this one goes on 4. And when the one says 3's a crowd, that one goes on 3. And when it says 2 by 2, that goes on 2.
That sounds right.
Each of the
All right.
voices spoke one number.
You want to try that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll coordinate with Murph and use Mage Hand to move him.
Sure. Yeah, I
Where do you
won't.
suggest?
I don't need to narrate every box here. So just to clarify, we're going to put number 1 on all 4 corners is going to go on number 4. Number 2 on 5 across 5 forward is going to go on number 5, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
put
wrote
all the
them down.
boxes in their corresponding thing. 1 on 4, 2 on 5, 3 on 2, 4 on 3, and 5 on 1. As you put that 5th one down on plinth number 1, the pressure plates sit down, and you hear the unmistakable sound of the door on the north side of the room unlock. Well done. Very
Alright.
good.
Puzzles.
Yay! Puzzle Masters.
Cool.
I
Going-
had so little sleep, I don't know how I did that.
Just sweet years of D&D mastery, I'm sure. So that door, the door on the north side of the room is now unlocked. Are we pressing on?
On we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splendid. You walk through the door and find yourself in a new room that looks a little bit like this. It looks very similar to the room that you were previously in, with the most notable thing, again, there's a door on the far side of the room. The most notable thing is that there is a large gold statue in the middle of the room. 2 seconds. It's a statue of an elf. As you enter this room, the elven statue, which is stood with its eyes closed at rest, you see the eyes of the elf statue open. Who went through the door first?
Murph.
Probably Murph, right?
Yeah.
Abby and Ingrid seem to want to like, Murph, can you just check this out? Its eyes lock on to Murph, and you see it kind of creak into life. This elven statue is holding in its hands a two-handed sword that it now holds in front of it, and it begins to take a step forward. Everybody roll initiative, please.
Two.
I just realised I could do with a token for this, really, which I will try and sort out while you guys roll initiative. 1, a 14,
Great. Cool.
no, 17, sorry, 2,
Getting that out of the
17,
way early.
12. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. I'm just going to try and sort out tokens for you. 2 seconds, because that will make my life a little bit easier. Won't be long. One moment, please. We'll just use.
Does the statue look like the one that we saw when we walked in the cave?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to do a history check to see if you recognise the person, Ingrid?
I could sure try.
Do it.
Can Abby check as well?
Yeah, everybody give me a history check.
All right. Apparently, Ingrid is a decent history person today. She had 15.
Right, that's going to be our statue. And we've got you there, you there, and Murph here. Great. Cool. It is... So we had yeah, basically none of you recognise this. This doesn't appear to be this appears to be a nondescript statue of an elf. I just need to roll their initiative. One moment, please. And then we will have ourselves some kind of incident. Right, here we go. Oh, a 1. They're going to go last. So,
I also got one, so
yeah, that's fine. They can go last. So I think it was a 17 for Murph, a 12 for Abby, and a 2. In fact, you got a 2, Ingrid, because you had a +1 on your initiative.
oh, that's true.
So Murph, it's your action. What do you want to do here?
All right, well, let's try to get this over with as quickly as we can. I just tried to move my token in the Twitch window. That's not going to work.
Oh, that's not going to work at all.
I did that last time. A few times.
I love the thought.
It's just a habit ingrained. Put me on the bottom right, green.
You got it. Melee range, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
Flurry of blows, push.
Oh, okay. Describe to me.
When you hit a creature with an attack granted by Flurry of Blows, the target must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you.
Love that. So I need to succeed on a strength roll, or rather, the statue does. Is that correct?
Assuming I hit with the Flurry of Blows.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Give me the ting.
So that should be...
Yeah.
Now the dice fail me.
You don't.
Dang.
That is that. Any bonus action? You've used probably 15 feet of movement currently, but you would now be subject to an attack of opportunity if you move away.
So, all right. Bonus actions, Flurry of Blows. You can expend 1 focus point to make 2 on our... This is the first time I've played a monk. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Take your time.
So I believe the first attack was just a standard action attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I can spend a focus point, which does the Flurry of Blows.
So it's another... Is it essentially identical to your action?
Yes, and I need to find...
So going to be just another attempt at the same thing, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Let's see where I marked down my focus points, if I did. If it was recorded somewhere. This is a long character sheet.
Well, I assume you have at least one, so fire away, and then you can delve into that one.
I would hope, yeah.
Going around.
Yeah. So we'll do this again.
16 is a hit. So I now need the statue now needs to succeed and beat what? A 14 was it?
14 strength.
It's a fail. You shove it how far? 15 feet.
15 feet.
Fucking love it, you. Merv, tell me how you do it.
Oh, just
bring this to life for me.
Just the Hadouken, double palm strike.
Fucking
right
amazing.
Right into the solar plexus and over it goes.
You see this statue, which looked to be pretty heavy, go fucking flying, and it disappears off the edge of the board and falls into the pit below. Hang on, I'll try and do the movement on screen here. Wait for it. And you hear the unmistakable sound eventually of metal clattering to a solid ground. Definitely don't jump down after it is my advice. And you hear the sound of the door unlocking. Unbelievable. Definitely thought that would last a bit longer. Murph just like, no time. No time to fuck around. Get out of here.
You gotta get there before those other adventurers.
Yeah. Nice.
So
fantastic.
This is as Zagam the Vile has noted, in my first D&D campaign that I played with his group, I had a cleric who made excellent use of Gust of Wind to push things off of ledges.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the current one, I'm playing a warlock with the push on Eldritch Blast. So I'm again like pushing things off of ledges.
The old,
It seems to be a thing that I do.
The old Skyrim tactic, innit? Just like Fusrodar, everything off the mountain, you know?
Exactly.
I ain't fighting frost trolls, nah. Get gone.
Let gravity do the work for me.
Just watch them cartwheeling down a mountain. Oh, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, the door unlocks and you're free to move on. Fantastic. Right, we arrive then at another room which you'll see resembles the two that you have been in already. I'll take your tokens off the screen for the time being. Was that ominous the way I said for the time being? In this room, what's lying ahead of you is as follows. Another elven statue. This one is a statue of an archer. An elven archer. And again, you've got the floor to cross there, and you can see that there are 6 doors on the opposite wall. From your position, you probably can't quite see what's written on the ground, but there's clearly some kind of marble with something etched into it. But from your position, you can't quite make out what that says yet, even though you clearly can on screen.
Can Abby jump up to try and get an angle? Like, just he's gonna kind of
How high can you jump?
a few times. Not forward, up to try and get so he can read the text.
Yeah, I get it. How high are you able to jump?
I don't know. Normal amount.
All right, give me perception with disadvantage.
Higher than Ingrid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what a cheap
I can
shot.
throw you up.
That should be +1.
Okay, no problem. So with disadvantage, it's an 8
sorry,
or a
+3.
9.
+3.
It's an 11.
My bad. +3.
All right, on an 11, you can make out from your vantage point that it reads Playdeen, the Green Plains.
Looks like it says Playdeen, the Green Plains. Does that mean anything to Abby?
I think you would know, Abby. It's that Playdeen is Elvish for the Green Plains.
Bit odd that they've got a vocabulary lesson on the ground.
The 6 doors opposite you, you can hopefully make it out on the stream. Each have a coloured handle.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them are green.
That is correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the middle one is kind of, or not middle.
What?
The purple one almost looks green.
Let's say one of the players has some color differentiation issues. What colors might you say each of
Certainly,
these are?
from left to right, they are blue, orange, purple, yellow, red, and pink.
Okay.
You might even say that they are every colour that you would expect in a rainbow, except for green.
Murph, do you think you ought to push that statue in the hole too?
I would really like to see that again. It was pretty impressive.
Well, assuming it's not fighting back, it should be pretty easy.
I should say, by the way, in case you're in any doubt, this hasn't shown any signs of movement. Unlike the last room where you entered and it immediately sprang to life, this statue has not shown any signs of movement thus far.
Can Abby? I think Abby would cast Mage Hand again. If I'm guessing he dispelled it during the fight. Cast Mage Hand and go up and like poke the statue in his shoulder.
Cool. No response.
This statue's just a statue.
Maybe you could change.
When you walked up to it, were you taking care of which color stones
Oh.
you stepped on?
I used Mage Hand, so I didn't have to walk on the platform.
Oh yes, the floor remains unmolested.
Because we have the green planes and green blocks on the floor.
Maybe
Whether we need to keep to them or keep the statue on it.
Somebody want to try and cross it?
I can poke it. Poke it with my great axe.
What are you poking,
to in here.
Ingrid? There's been
One of
some
the
discussion.
green.
Yeah, cool.
One of the green.
It's just it's solid stone once again. It doesn't react to your experiments.
0 for 2. Sorry.
Well, let's walk up to the statue. I'll do it by sticking to the green blocks and see if the statue can be pushed
Using just
diagonally onto another green spot.
Okay. You don't seem to be able to move the statue. It stood on a kind of stone base, and that appears to be part of the construction, if you like. It's not a standalone object that can be moved.
Well, if we can proceed across without incident.
Yeah, Abby's gonna stay over here and let Murph cross. See how it
Abby's
goes.
such a coward. I love it. Murph, you obviously have already stepped onto this board area. There's not been any response from any of the stones you've touched so far.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Ingrid is like kind of following the path that Murph took. Kind
Nice.
of hopping on the green squares.
Yeah.
And as Ingrid makes it, Abby will follow the same path.
One of you turn the blue handle while I turn the green handle. Or the yellow.
There,
the yellow
there isn't a
handle,
green
rather.
handle, right?
Oh, the yellow.
blue and
yeah.
yellow.
Okay.
Yellow.
What?
Who?
I'll hop. I'll
So
hop over
Ingrid, you're
to
going to go to
on
the
green.
blue one, yeah?
Yeah.
What
So
should I
Ing-
do?
You can watch.
All right.
So
I like that.
Ingrid, you're going to try the blue handle, and Murph, did I understand you're going to do the yellow handle at the same time? Is that right?
Think so. Gonna count it down.
3, 2, 1.
You hear the handles pull down. The elven statue turns to face you and goes
Statue moved. The statue. It moved.
and goes, "Great job!" And puts out a big thumbs up, and all 6 of the doors open, and you can see that there is simply one long corridor behind all 6 of the doors that you can now step through into. Yeah, got it first time. Nice work, guys.
And that's a cool statue.
We're too good at puzzles, apparently.
You are. You've done very well. I'll say more about that at the end. There's no room. There's not another room like this behind that door. There is simply a corridor that then proceeds to go around a corner that kind of banks to the left.
Can we hear anything that's definitely cave, like from further on the cave?
It's dead silent.
Cool. Totally fine.
Cool. So, anything
Not
else you want?
ominous at all.
No, definitely not. Are we heading down the corridor? Is there anything else you want to do?
Give the statue a thumbs up back. Yeah.
It goes, thanks a lot. No one ever does that. Thanks.
Guys, the statue's really cool. Can we take it with us?
Right?
If we have like a shrink spell, we could like take it with us. That'd be so cool.
I do not.
That would require some kind of debigulator.
So cool.
Very good.
Right, on we go.
On we go. Awesome. The corridor banks around to the left. And then, after a short time, you see that it opens out into a room. And I will show you what that room looks like. You are entering on the kind of southeastern section. You can't actually see a door there, but kind of just at the bottom of a small 3 steps. So there's essentially this raised area on the right. There's a table and a completely destroyed golden statue at the end of the room. To your left, you can see the bottom few steps that would have been a flight of stairs, and there's a lot of rubble on the ground in front of you that indicates a staircase that would have been going up, and indeed above you, not visible here, but in this kind of, imagine where that staircase would lead up to, there's the top few steps as well, kind of above your heads, but a lot of rubble. The other thing that is impossible not to notice is that there are quite a lot of skeletons in here. There are perhaps a dozen skeletons of humans, elves. Looks like one of them might be a halfling, and they are all strewn across the floor.
This should be
A lot
fine.
of skeletons.
Well, Murph, you want to check out some of those skeletons?
This is great.
Why don't you search them with your mage hand?
That's a good plan.
That's a pretty good idea, actually.
So Abby will cast Mage Hand and fly to the closest skeleton and give it a poke.
The nearest skeleton has a sword through its rib cage. And when you give it a poke, you can just hear the sword kind of clang on the ground a little bit. And no other response. The skeleton is just there.
All right, on to the next one. Poke, poke.
You go around poking all the skeletons. Some of them have weapons near them still. A couple of them seem to have been in the process of perhaps trying to drink a potion. They've got kind of smashed bottles on the ground next to them, but none of them give any indication of life or anything. There's nothing too unusual about them, besides the fact that there's quite a few of them in this room.
How about we gather up all the weapons now and hide them so that when they do come back to life, they don't have their weapons?
Yeah,
Can Mage Hand carry the weapon?
for sure. Yeah, Mage Hand goes on a little
Alright.
gathering spree, picks up and kind of comes back to you. And if a hand could look proud and look for sort of what's the word, like validation, or he's sort of trying to, like, holds out in Mage Hand this collection of just like 4 or 5 weapons, and none of them particularly special, just swords and axes, and kind of looking for praise for having successfully gathered the weapons.
Ochi, mate.
Ingrid really wants to give it a high five. But
Mage Hand would definitely high five Ingrid.
oh yeah.
Murph, with your high passive perception, you suddenly become aware of the sound of voices coming from a tunnel that is coming from the opposite corridor.
Does it sound like a kobold and a halfling and a elf?
Do you know it does? It sounds exactly like that. And having having heard their voices once, you're kind of attuned to it. These voices are coming up the corridor and fast. And
Guys, we hide.
I think at that point it's a good time for us to take a few minutes break.
Hi.
Gang, you did a great job on those puzzles. Absolutely top work. So we find ourselves then at this opened out room. Now, I mentioned that there's the kind of the bottom and the top of a staircase in the middle of the room. What I would say is you can see from your vantage point a faint kind of pale blue light emanating from above you. There's evidently almost like a mezzanine, an area of floor that matches the raised bit of floor that's off to your right. So the majority of the room is kind of opened out, and there's just this kind of end bit that is equivalent to the bit on your right at the moment, with, as I say, a broken staircase leading up to it. But that is perhaps not the most pressing concern, because as I mentioned just before we took our break, there you have heard, Murph, the sound of 3 familiar voices that are herring up the corridor as we speak. Difficult to know how long you've got until they emerge, but emerge they surely will any moment.
Martin, can you point out once again where we are and where we hear the voices coming from on this map?
Yeah, so the passageway on the northwest side of the of this picture is where they're coming from, and you have just emerged from an equivalent passageway, which I will concede is not marked, on the kind that is essentially opposite on the other side on the other side of the room.
Thank you. And does anybody else hear it, or is it just Murph?
Murph has the highest passive perception, which is why he hears it first. But in another couple of seconds, everyone's going to hear it for sure. He just has the drop on everybody. So Murph, any initial reaction to hearing that?
Complete lack of surprise.
Yep. And I should perhaps say as well that the room is about 60 feet wide. So each of those tiles is about 10 feet.
What did you tell us they're coming?
Oh yeah. Absolutely, let you guys know. We should hide.
See... Yeah, is there
Prepare
a good
an
spot where
ambush.
I could like ambush them?
Yeah. So if you can kind of see the center of that where the steps go up, that middle bit is actually a bit of wall. So where the top few steps are, you could hide behind there. You could take shelter beneath the desk that is on your right, or indeed the bottom few steps are also form a solid block. You know, it's not just an open staircase. The staircase would have, when it was fully constructed, been a barrier in the middle of the room, basically, if you see what I mean. It's only now open because those stairs have been destroyed for the most part.
So there's this little table with like the glowing rectangle thing.
That is actually a column with a light on top of it.
Okay. Could Ingrid like hide behind there?
Yes, certainly. I'm going to put your tokens back on the screen, guys, so you can holler some positions to me. So Ingrid is going to go over Nya. What I would say that you can see is that this skeleton that is right kind of next to your feet now, Ingrid, appears to have died from fire damage. There's a scorch mark on the ground around it.
I look around to see if I'm about to somehow step into a trap.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh,
dang.
yeah. Looks all clear.
Okay, cool.
There has clearly been. What I would say is there are a lot of signs that there has been a previous, perhaps multiple previous scuffles here. There's unmistakable signs that many of these people, probably all of them, died violently.
Gotcha.
Murph and Abby, where are you thinking of going at this juncture?
So they're coming from the area near the top.
Yeah, the top left, where there's that kind of passageway coming in.
Got it. What is the... Looks like a bar or something lying across the ground just outside of that.
Oh, that is a door. But it's,
got it. Okay.
But it appears to be already open.
I'll get on the other side of that, and maybe I can push it closed on them as they come down.
Oh, cool. So you're going to go and close that door. Give me a... Do I need
or at least try to like smack them with it as they're coming through the doorway?
Okay, so do you want to stand there and wait for them and do that, or do you want to shut it before they get there? That's a good question.
I want to wait for them and hit them with the door as they
got it.
come
So,
through. And if I can be on the other side of it.
So you position yourself kind of behind it, ready to slam it. Love that. Abby, what about you?
Rank them again.
Right now, Abby is wrestling internally with the desire to want to greet these people and try and have a conversation again, with his desire to not get killed.
Mm-hmm. Which side's winning?
He's kind of leaning towards being on the far side, kind of where he is already, and just waiting to give them a wave, to kind of both signal Murph as to when they're there, as well as distract them from the potential ambush.
Love it. Okay, cool. That's where you find yourselves. Let me just briefly say hello to Golden Goddess 64. I wouldn't normally break off to say hello, but they've got 64 in their name, so I have to. Welcome. Very nice to have you with us. So this is where you find yourselves, and you hear these voices coming up the corridor. And you can hear them talking, and you can overhear the kobold saying, "Why did you try the purple one? That was ridiculous. It was never going to be the purple one, was it?" Well, I just thought if we tried that one first, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. And they come around the corner and grind to a halt right in the doorway as they see Abby waving like an idiot from across the other side of the room. And the halfling is like, "What in Telias' name are you doing here?"
Ochi mates.
It's like, "I told you not to follow us, man. That's not cool."
Yeah. I came after you for some help with that rock again, because I needed some help with the goblet that I found over there, but you weren't here, so I decided to come look for you.
Did you say you found a goblet?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. out by the entrance.
Give me a deception. No, tell you what. What do I want to do here? Give me a deception check.
Okay.
This is going to have a high DC. DC 18. Oh!
No.
Heck yeah.
On a 22. Like, he's like, you saw a goblet outside the cave?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Buried under some heavy rocks. I asked for your help.
What did it look like?
I don't know. It's kind of a old, shiny, kind of colorful cup. It looked pretty cool.
The three of them are just looking between each other, looking quite suspiciously. It's like, okay, well, let's say I believe you. Where is
Well,
this
if you
cup
believe me.
exactly?
Like I said, by the entrance. There's those rocks that were off to the side? They had some sort of writing on them. It was in there. I spotted it because I was digging. Because I like to dig. And I saw the cup underneath the rocks.
The kobold goes, there's something fishy about this. She turns and goes, Chip, I think we should check the room before we do anything, don't you? Yes, that's... And the elf pipes up, like, yes, that's probably a good idea. Looks over and says, what's your name, friend?
My name?
Of course.
Oh, you can call me Abby.
Abby.
And if you want to have a chat, come on in. This room's full of skeletons, but they don't seem to be alive.
The three, I think, are just mostly confused at your presence and your whole energy, you know, your whole vibe. And with some trepidation, they take a step forward into the room.
Yeah, don't be shy. No traps on the tiles.
They come in and begin to look around. Ingrid, give me a stealth check with disadvantage, please.
I was gonna say if one of them actually spots me, I'm just gonna wave in rage. But this is better for now. Where's stealth? Okay. Oh, yeah. So the second somebody looks at me, I'll be like, "Hi," and then rage.
Ingrid's best attempt at trying to blend in with the wall
Just rolling with it.
is a hard fail. And the three of them are incensed. The kobold is like, I told you it was a trap! And the three are enraged. They are... Do you know, as luck would have it, I've got some tokens for them. Just on the off chance. They are here right by the door. Chip spots you first, and then the all of them turn to look at Ingrid, who's waving and is about to go into a rage. That raging is a bonus action, is it not? Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, cool. So here's what's going to happen. Would you all please roll initiative? You can rage
derail that?
straight. You can rage now, Ingrid, and do that as your starting thing. And it just means on your first turn you won't have a bonus action.
Okay.
I am going to roll now for Chip. Oh, you guys don't even know these names. You heard one of them be called Chip, but that is his name. And that is a 17. Let me go to my initiative thing. So we've got 17, 17, 11, 7.
And what's your ruling on the trap that we set with Murph? Does he get to close the door on him, or is that going to be at initiative?
I think they reacted straight away once they saw Ingrid, and I think that marks the start of the initiative. Now, if Murph wants to do something with that door on his first turn, then certainly can do. I need to roll for... You don't know that... Hello. You don't know this, but their names are Maz and Lingo. Maz rolls an 18. Lingo rolls a 10. Not bad. Okay. So, it's going to be, at the top of the initiative, it's going to be Maz, then it's going to be Chip, then it'll be Ingrid, then it'll be Abby, and then it will be Lingo, and finally Murph. So we'll see what's... Now, they don't know that Murph is there yet. I should... Perhaps they aren't even aware of Murph's presence yet. This music certainly won't do, will it, friends? Let's get something a little bit more combat-y on the go, shall we? Let's try one of these.
As a side note, Martin, are all of these token arts magic cards? Because I recognize a couple of them.
Do you know, I can't remember where I got them from. I just downloaded a big fucking zip file of tokens that I could use, so that I could use them.
Yep, I think all of these are magic art.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit much. Let's try that
I feel
again.
like I have seen some of these in Magic.
Yeah, Murph is Zergo Bellstriker. The guy at the front from the enemies is, I think that's Kinnan. Can't remember my character's name, but yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember where I got them from. I'm glad to know that you recognise them. To be honest, it's quite cool. Is that quite quiet? That music?
I mean, I have it turned down, so.
Can't we? Let's keep trying. That feels a bit more like it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are in combat, folks, and first up, it is Maz. Maz not going to fuck around here, let me tell you. Enraged by the newfound presence of Ingrid, is going to wind up a bit of... it's going to wind up a Scorching Ray. It's going to... So that's going to be 3... Now I need to roll 3 attack rolls, basically. So it's going to be... plus 4 to hit the spell. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So they're gonna aim all of these at Ingrid. In a rage. That's a miss. What's your AC, Ingrid?
14.
15 is going to be a hit. And a 12 is going to be a... you know what? It's a... What did I roll the first? The first one's definitely a miss. 15, that 12 should have a +4 on it, so it's going to be a hit as well. So it's going to be 2 hits. It's going to be 4d6, I believe. Let me just double check. Of fire damage coming at you. Here we go. Stand by. First hit coming at you. Oh, awful rolls. A 1, a 1, a 2, and a 4. 8 points of damage for Ingrid.
All right.
Not too bad at all. Awesome. Maz, the kobold, is going to move into the room across to to this middle section where all the rubble is. About halfway across the room. That's their full movement. Next up is going to be Chip, who is going to... what are they going to do? They're going to have to go for Ingrid as well, because they're never going to get into melee range with Abby from there, and they are a melee person. So, Chip is going to step up. This could come back to bite him in the ass big time in a minute, but he's going to make 2 attacks. So it's a 14 AC, yeah?
Yes.
Let me just check their stats. Okay, cool. Oh, it's a crit. It's a nat 20. Yowza.
Ooh.
Let's do the damage on that, which is going to be 1d. So it's going to be 2d6 plus 3. That's not too bad. That could be worse.
Worst.
Oh, lousy rolls again. So it's another 6 damage. Another 6 points of damage. Good job, Ingrid. So tanky. Second attack roll coming at you right now. They. Chip is carrying a quite nice looking kind of curved blade, like a saber, and it sings through the air as he brings down a first blow and then goes for a second, but it's a critical miss. So there we go. Life evens itself out at the end, doesn't it? Absolute miss on that. He has used some movement. He could move away, but there's attack of opportunity if he does. So that's the end of Chip's turn. Next up in the initiative, it's Ingrid. What you got for him? You're already oh shit! Does your rage give you any protection against attacks? I can't remember now. Or is it just?
So I have the Path of the Wild Heart. So I was gonna choose the wolf so that all my allies can have advantage on attack rolls since you are also melee.
Hey, that's some good news.
Anybody
for you,
within 5 feet. Yeah.
Anyway, so they have to be nearby you to get that advantage.
So the enemies has to be within 5 feet of me, but they can be whatever. Allies can be whatever.
Oh, so they get attack rolls against people close to you. Yeah, gotcha.
Yes.
Understood.
Yes.
All right, you're next to Chip. What you got for him?
All right. Well, why not reckless attack? I mean,
why not indeed?
Why not? So I have
Doesn't have any
advantage on attack
downsides.
roll. No, none whatsoever.
Give me that attack roll.
Yes.
Make it a good one.
Okay. So sorry, I'm remembering how to play D&D. I have my attack bonus. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm trying.
No problem.
I think it's I am using the Blood Rage Great Axe. Attack bonus +7, and Rage gives me +2 to my attack dice. So.
This is gonna be. You can't fuck this up.
23.
Certainly a hit. Give me the damage, please.
All right. That is D12. And I'm raging, so that's +2. Oh, am I less? Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm not less than half HP already. That applies.
Nah, you're fine. How
I don't think I'm quite there.
How much damage did I do to you?
No,
Actually,
not
was it 8? Was it 14 in total? I think it was. Right?
I'm at 37 now out of
37.
51.
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
Yeah, so that's
Right.
not half. So.
Okay, you're good to go.
Yep,
15
that is
damage.
15.
Woo wee. Nice hit. Is that you?
Oh, and that was my first attack.
You get 2 attacks, right? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Give me the next attack roll.
All right.
17.
17.
It's a hit.
All right.
Let him have it.
I'm so nice. What did I just roll? 6. There we go. Oh,
7.
crap
Okay.
damage. That's
You know-
fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. Chip has taken. You put a decent dent in him, that's for sure. Nice. Any? You don't have a bonus action because you already used that to rage. Any movement? It would be an attack of opportunity for Chip if you do.
Nah, I'll stay there.
Okie dokie. Next up in our
I'm in my
initiative,
circle of vengeance
it's Abby. You're up, friend.
All right.
What you got for me?
Abby is gonna tap into some of that innate magic that he's using, and he's gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray, love it, you.
All 3 beams at whoever is closest to him.
That's Maz, the kobold.
Okay. Gonna
Literally
throw
going to be
some
fighting
Scorching
fire with fire. So give me the attack roll with your spell modifier, etc.
Let me see. I definitely know how to play D&D. This
That's
definitely
okay.
isn't the first time I've played.
You're doing
Okay,
great.
yeah, I see. Let's go with this. First ray.
22. Good team, have you been rolling today? Yes, that is certainly a. Now you need to. You're sending all 3 rays, so you need to do 3 attack rolls.
Yep. You want me to roll all 3 of the attacks first?
Yes, please. And then we'll
Okay,
just.
and then we'll do damage
the-
after. Second ray.
11 is a miss.
Less good.
No good.
All right. And third ray.
20. Yeah, it's a hit.
All right, so that's
So it'll
gonna
be 4d6. Yeah.
Okay. D6. Can I roll more than 1 die at a time?
Yeah, you just click it multiple times and it'll stack them up.
Let's see.
That's the one.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa, 19! Love to see
Nice.
that. Damn. Maz is looking not good already. Cool. Any bonus action, movement?
Let me see.
You watch as these 3 fiery rays, oh no, sorry, it'll be 2, wouldn't it? 2 fiery rays, one after the other, go bam, blast Maz, and you see it smash into their left shoulder, ah! And one into the right shoulder, ah! And the third one goes whistling past their head and out the door behind, narrowly missing Lingo as well on the way through.
I think that. Let me see. In D&D, the spell shield is a full action, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that. Honestly, Abby's just gonna hang out. He's not really too scared about this. He's kind of like, well, we're in it now.
Yep.
All
Oh, two
of us are on
friends.
his side.
Okay, cool. Abby's go is over. We have got Lingo on deck, who is going to. What are they going to do? They are going to, with their long dagger. Which actually, let's have a look. Oh, actually, they are going to cast. They're going to cast Healing Word on Maz. So that is going to be +2. Okay, cool. So it's going to be... where is it? There it is. +2. So yeah, Lingo is going to just... They've got Maz in sight and they cast Healing Word. Not a bad roll either. Maz is healed for for 5 HP. Let me just see. Yeah, cool. That is that for the turn. Murph, you've been very patient. You're up, friend.
You have to be patient when you're hiding in ambush.
So true.
It looks as if the green.
Yeah,
Person's
Lingo
still
is
in the
Lingo
path
is
of the
still
door.
in range of door. Absolutely.
All right, then I'm gonna give it a really good shove and yell supplies.
Did you say supplies?
You've seen UHF, right?
Sorry, folks. 2 seconds. I'm just trying to work out how to do something. Right, sorry about that. Right, go ahead. Sorry, you're giving the door a shove. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. I guess that's going to be an improvised weapon. What am I calling that? I guess it is an improvised weapon, which would only be like a 1d4 damage.
Fine.
Yeah?
Does this count as a full action attack?
I'll give it to... Right, you can either... hold on, 2 seconds. I'm tempted to say you can either have it as an action that kind of has the advantage of it being a surprise, or a bonus action with no... I'll give it to you as a bonus action. It's just a 1d4.
All right. So is there an attack roll?
Oh yeah, I think we'll need to do an attack roll first.
All
But
right.
I tell you what, you can do the attack roll with advantage because that is going to be effectively surprise.
Okay. Do I get any of my bonus hit?
Yeah, you can do. Give it your strength modifier.
Oh, it's not very much. Okay. There's the dice. Okay.
$18. Yeah, definitely a hit.
Looking pretty good. Yeah.
So just a 1d4. So cool. So you push this door, and this elf, completely caught off guard, looks to its left too late and sees this stone door swinging and smashes it in the side of their head. Ah! Knocks it to the side a little bit and deals 2 points of damage. Still your turn. You've got an action to use if you want it, which I assume you do.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah. We will spend a focus point to attempt a stunning strike.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Unarmed strike.
$13.
Probably not.
It's a miss.
Okay. And I've used bonus action. Actually, attacks per action too.
Ooh.
I think that's just a monk thing.
Yeah, better give it another go.
Yeah.
I assume it's a kind of a level thing, right? Like you probably start with one action and gain it at level 3 or something, or maybe even level 5.
Yeah, I think level 5 is where the
Yeah.
second attack comes
All right,
in.
let's give it another try. You're trying the same thing again, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Give me what you got. I'm going to move you into melee range as well. 13 again! That's savage. Absolutely savage. No
Whiff.
good. Yeah, no good, I'm afraid. Anything else? Any more movement? That would, of course, now be attack of opportunity if you do.
Nah, I'm gonna stay on him.
All right, we're back to the top of the initiative. It's and as we get to the top of the initiative, you hear Chip call out to Maz, like whips his head round to Maz and just says, "It says go for it, go get up there." And Ingrid, I think you looking up from your vantage point as Chip draws your attention to it, you can now see that at the top of the flight of destroyed stairs, let me show you actually, you've got the upper part of the floor, and you can actually see from your vantage point just the top of it's another bloody plinth, as if you haven't seen enough of those today. And sitting atop the plinth is a silver cup with rubies fixed around the lip. Ingrid, from your vantage point, you can certainly see it. Murph, probably not from where you are. Abby, probably not as well. You need to be a little further back from the overhang, if you like. So if anyone makes it up there, I'll put the upper floor on again. Let's go back to the bottom floor. A little bit of map trickery there. Maz now is going to use a spell called Expeditious Retreat. And I'll just tell you what that does. It says, this spell allows you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast this spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take the dash action. So it's essentially going to double their movement as a bonus action. So that's going to allow them to have an action and dash, effectively. So they're going to cast Expeditious Retreat as their bonus action. And now, how the fuck are they going to get up there? That's the question.
Is this the one that's attacking Ingrid?
It's the one in the middle of the room
that
did the scorching ray. So, but has also taken some damage. They are going to attempt to climb the wall, I think. They're gonna. So they are going to use.
Take this through.
Yeah, for sure. They can move to here, and that's what was that? So that's 5, 10, 15 feet of movement. Now I'm gonna. In fact, before they do that, sorry, 2 seconds. They are going to hit Scorching Ray again, and they're going to send this right back where it came from at Abby. Not making any friends, Abby. So they are going to plus 4 to hit. They're going to send all 3 rays at Abby. 1. That AC of Abby's is 14, so that's
14.
a miss. Ray number 2, critical fail. Ray number 3, critical hit. It happens again. Karma, the universe balances out. All in everything in balance as it should be. It's only going to send 1 ray away, but it's going to do double damage. It's going to be 4d6 of damage coming at you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rude.
Shazam! 11 points of damage for Abby. And then they are going to use this Expeditious Retreat ability, and in doing so, they are going to go 15. Now, I am going to get from them an acrobatics roll, which they've got a +2 on, and I'm going to say this is a DC of 14 to climb this wall successfully on this go. They hit a 13. Maz tries to ascend, but cannot get a foothold. They slip and fall back to the ground. No damage done. They weren't high up enough, but they remain on the ground floor. But you now see that Maz is going for the goblet. That's Maz's turn. Chip is up, and he is in hand-to-hand combat with Ingrid. How will this go? He's going to do the same as last time. Got 2 melee weapon attacks coming at you, Ingrid. Here they come. What do we got to beat? Was it a 14?
14.
Ooh, 1's a hit. Let's do the second one while we're here. And a 13. So 1 hit. He swings again with it is a 1d6 +3. And deals another 8 points of damage to Ingrid, who is still looking kind of alright, but it's it could be better. Cool. So he's not going to move. That is the end of his turn, and it is Ingrid to fire back. What do we got?
Alright. We got.
Oh shit!
great
Do
axes.
you know? I've just realised something.
Hmm.
You used reckless attack on the last turn, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he had advantage on me. I was gonna remind you of that.
Fuck. Well, I'm gonna have to roll. I won't re-roll the hit, but I'm gonna roll another d20 to see if it hits on that miss.
As you should.
Sometimes this roll like freezes, and it's a good job we did. It's 20. It's a 21. We're gonna roll another d6 plus 3 for another bit of damage. Only 4 though. Okay, Ingrid, you are up.
But you know what that does do to me? It takes me below half health.
What happens
exactly
then,
at half
Ingrid? Why don't you tell me more about that?
So when I'm at half health with my Blood Rage Great Axe, I add +2 to my attack and damage.
Absolutely love
So-
it, you.
I think that means +11 to my attack.
Okay. Chip, best of luck, mate. You are gonna need it.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Yeah, 23 does hit, yeah.
Solid.
That's +2 to my damage. So...
Do you want to do? Yeah, give me the damage on that one.
Yeah. That's 6. Oh wait, but +2. Oh yeah, okay. Oh no, I think that's +2 with this, so I think it would be 13.
13. Cool, thank you. Chip is bleeding, man. He's looking bad. He's looking wobbly on his feet. He kind of looks into your eyes like, wait, you don't have to do this.
Trying to reason with a ranged barbarian.
Yeah,
That's
mid
Right.
turn. You've got another attack to do, Ingrid. It's up to you.
I do. I'm gonna hit him again. I'm raging.
Yeah, just hit him. Give me the attack roll,
She can't be
please.
reasoned with.
Yeah, 24. 24's good. Before you roll the damage. Okay, too late.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Let me just ask a general question. Don't read too much into this. Are you more of a decapitating person with that axe, or more of a like? How do you like to go? Do you like to go lengthways, widthways, across the neck, through the middle? What, just tell me. Just to asking
Or
for
the
no reason.
disemboweling action.
Asking
it's a good,
for a friend.
I think there's a good chance that she's like a diagonal slash through the like kind
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
You, as Ingrid's axe comes down, you see Chip sliced clean through in half diagonally. You see his pleading eyes is like, you don't have to do this. Well, Ingrid, any last words for him? You got a witty rejoinder?
No, I don't think she really can think of a snappy one-liner as she's enraged.
I love the idea of her like trying to think of a one line and just like takes one to no one. Bam! Chip hits the deck in 2 large pieces. He's out of here. He's fucking gone.
I guess I can take my move action.
You absolutely can take your move action. Yeah. Chip is off the board, man. Let's get rid of him. He's out of here.
I'm gonna go after the guy that's getting the chalice.
After Maz,
like
yeah,
the
cool.
brownish red guy, yeah.
You can move. Let's see. So it's going to be 5, 10.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
25
move. You can move to melee range of Maz for sure. I
right.
love that. Cool. Abby, you are up, friend.
Can I ask a clarifying question? How high up
Please.
is the second level?
It is 40 feet high.
Okay. And the bit of stairs that's still attached, how far down would you say that comes?
The bottom of those stairs is 25 feet up.
Okay. Okay. Bottom of the stairs is 25 feet. There's nothing at the top, though. I wasn't sure if there was like some at the top, some at the bottom, or if it's just the stairs at the
Yeah,
bottom.
hang on. Let me show you I'll show you the top again. If you turn your
Okay.
attention to the stream, so you can see there's the top few steps, and they come down. So they're 15 feet lower than the kind of main bit of floor. So it's 40 feet where the main bit of floor is, where the goblet is, and 25
Okay.
feet to the lowest part of that section of steps.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. I think what. So I asked that question because Misty Step.
You can Misty
Is
Step up
30
there for
feet?
sure.
Okay. Cool.
I knew that's why you were asking me. I was like, it's like, this guy's gonna fucking Misty Step up there. Yeah, you can 100% Misty Step up to those steps.
So what I'm gonna do is because according to my character sheet, which I definitely made flawlessly, and I assume everything on it is correct, I can cast Misty Step as a bonus action.
You can indeed. It is a bonus action.
So I am going to first cast. Let's see, how far am I? Boom. Okay, so sorry, need a little bit of clarity on mechanics within D&D because my brain is Pathfinder oriented.
No problem.
So can my intention for this turn is to cast Ray of Frost on the sorcerer.
Yeah.
And then move close enough to Misty Step up to the stairs and use my bonus action to Misty Step up there.
Yep, I don't see any problem with that at all.
Okay, cool.
Give me the
Let's
Ray of
go for that.
Frost.
Yes, that is going to be +6. Oof.
It's a 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
That is unfortunately a miss.
Okay. Well, still follow through with the rest of the plan to
No problem.
Misty Step up to the top.
What does it look like when Abby teleports? What do we see?
Abby essentially turns into like a cloud of like mist that you would see over a like swamp at the beginning of the morning. Just
Nice.
kind of dissolves into like a foggy mist and then rematerializes from said mist up top.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, Abby, you mistily step your way up onto the bottom of those steps, and you are now up there. At which point you can see now the combination of Chip getting cleaved in two, and Abby ascending to the top floor leaves Maz and Lingo looking despondent, and Lingo starts to weep and is like, I don't want to die for this, it's not worth it for 300 gold. And Maz is just like, keep your mouth shut, we'll still beat them. Next up in the initiative is Lingo, who is going to turn to Murph. Actually, they're going to use disengage, and Lingo is going to fucking leg it. Lingo is going flying back up the path where they came from, and they disappear from your view, leaving Maz looking absolutely enraged.
You better run!
Murph, it's your action.
All right. Well, closing the door behind
Nice.
the one who just left.
Nice.
Bye.
And
will
stay out.
Yeah. Proceed over to the other guy. And I'm gonna. We'll try this.
They look a bit cooked, forgive me for saying.
Yeah. Your friend has gone. I'm gonna use I have access to a single cleric spell, which is command. And I'm going to use that and command him to run too.
Okay, I love it. Do I have to do it? Is there a saving throw on that?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what my DC is for that. Wisdom 14, sorry.
Damn, you picked a good thing to go after because their wisdom is dog shit. So that is going to be... So a 14 to beat, yeah?
Yep.
Let's see. They roll a 2. It's a hard fail. Now, can I just check command and just see what the exact wording on that is?
Yeah, so the effect for flee, which is what this was, is the target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available
Fucking
means.
brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Cool. Any bonus actions or anything from you, Murph?
Move to open the door again so he can run through it and then close it after him.
Yeah, cool. Love that. Back at the door, hold like a doorman, literally like after you, good sir. All right, love it. Cool. I think we're back to the top of the initiative after that. Are we not?
Then the door hits him on the ass on the way out.
Okay, cool. So Maz is commanded to flee and is going to do so. They fucking take off down the corridor.
Does he get an attack of opportunity from me?
Yes, definitely. Do you want to?
As a matter of fact.
I mean, Murph has shown some mercy here, but if you want to take a swing as they go by, Ingrid, who am I to say no? It's up to you.
I feel like thematically, I just want to trip him. As he flees.
Trip him with the blade of your axe across his shins.
Give me.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a rules as written for tripping someone up. Is there? Let's just give it. We'll call it a grapple. Give me a grapple roll.
My attack roll. Is it strength?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. It's a critical trip. A critical trip up. They go fucking flying.
I look really cool doing it too, honestly.
You stick that axe handle out across the leg, and Maz catches it in full sprint and goes fucking flying. They are going to take damage on that. Fuck it. We're going to call that a D6 of damage. Only 1 point of 1 HP, but they kind of slide out towards the door and then pick themselves up and carry on legging it and run up the corridor away. I think
You won't forget that.
you are out of initiative, folks. I think the day is yours. Frankly, two of the three have escaped with their lives. It appears so. It could be worse. It could have been a lot worse for them, couldn't it? Awesome. You're out of initiative. Good work, everybody. Abby, you're well. Yeah. What's next, folks?
Well, was I the only one that spotted the upper? Maybe not now.
Well, Abby's up there, so Abby's up on
right.
the top on
Yeah.
the top level now.
I guess Ingrid would probably try to catch her breath and then walk up there.
To get up there, you're going to have to either Misty Step or climb, or find
right.
some kind of thing to get you up there. There's no staircase to get you up there. I mean, Abby is already up there, I guess, is the thing to mention.
What do you see up there?
What does Abby see up here?
Sure. So you can see there is quite a basic plinth, and on top of it is a cup that matches the painting that you were shown by Renlin. Behind that is a fountain, that still miraculously appears to be operational, though you can see that the tiles around it are cracked and there's kind of vines and weeds that have begun to grow as this place begins to be reclaimed by the nature it was carved into. There's a couple of like roots coming through the wall, which and the wall in up here is just earth. It's not stone or anything. It's just essentially a cave at the very top of this. But the cup, the goblet, sits there on top of a plinth, facing you.
I see a cup on a plinth. It looks like the goblet we're looking for.
Hey.
Should I grab it?
Are you sure it's a plinth and not a pedestal?
Got to be
I don't
careful with
actually
these
know
things.
the difference.
I think that's important distinction.
What's the
For
difference?
some it is, yeah.
Abby, give me a
I don't know.
perception. Give me a perception roll, Abby.
Alright. Remind myself what the hell my perception modifier is. Okay.
Yeah. On a 15, you kind of crouch down and inspect it closely. It's definitely a plinth.
It's
There's no
Definitely a plinth.
fucking way this is a pedestal. Absolutely not.
Grab it and let's get out of here.
I think that Abby, being the cautious sorcerer that he is, cautious in risking his own skin, not so much in his interactions with others. I think he would cast Mage Hand and try and pick up the goblet.
Stick with what brought you to the dance. The mage hand goes and picks up the goblet and once again, almost seeking approval, holds it out to you. It doesn't seem to have any, it doesn't seem to have been any reaction to it being picked up.
Okay, I guess Abby will take the goblet in one hand and high-five the Mage Hand with the other.
It does so enthusiastically. I really feel like your mage hand has been like a fourth player. It needs a name. You got a name for it?
Handy.
Handy has done more actions than Abby has in terms of actually interacting with stuff, like. So I think it probably deserves half of your pay for this.
Probably. I'll hold on to Handy's half though, because Handy doesn't have pockets.
Is there anything else that you want to do in this room, or are you getting the hell out of Dodge?
Can I go inspect the fountain?
Sure. Give me what are you looking for? What do you think you might find?
In the image, it looks like there's writing on it. So I want to see if it has any writing or indication as to what its function is up here, because it seems kind of mysterious and mystical being up here in this weird spot with this goblet.
Sure. Give me you know what? You're Elvish. I don't really think you need it. There is a little bit of there's an engraving on the front of it that just simply says in Elvish, this fountain established in the name of Elven King Gorillion.
All right. Abby's feeling a bit parched. And he's got this cool cup and this nice fountain. He's gonna use the goblet to take a swig from this fountain.
Cool. You did you? Oh yeah. You drink deep of this water, and it is cool, refreshing. I think the mystery is the source of this water. In a place like this, very very unusual to find this, and it tastes as the clearest spring water from the top of a mountain. And you regain 1d4 of HP. Why not?
Nice. Roll it up.
1. Hey, what about that?
Big fatty.
Yeah, you get a nice taste of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Abby is immortal now. He knows it. Everyone else knows it.
That is clear just from his face. You know, you've got an entirely new complexion.
Yeah, definitely.
That was surprisingly bold of Abby to not make Handy drink the water first, you know, or Murph, you know. Murph, you should try it. Murph, you should try this water, Murph. Anyway,
Abby is a curious explorer, and so when he feels like it's safe, he's very interested. So danger was no longer on the menu as far as he was concerned.
What's next for you, team? Are you? Is there anything else you want to try here, or is you've got the cup? Is it get the hell out of here?
Abby's probably gonna hold up the cup, like kind of like go over to the edge and be like, "Oh, you mates, there's a fountain up here. Y'all want a drink?"
Did you drink from it already?
Oh yeah, delicious, crystal clear water.
I don't know if I can get up there, but...
Well, I could pour it down into your mouth.
Aw, try that, yeah!
Okay. So, Abby's
like
more water
it's like
in
spring
the
break, yeah? Like where the girls stood on top of the bar, like pouring tequila down your throat, you know?
And then he's gonna try and pour some down into Ingrid's mouth.
I love that. I'm tempted to ask for a roll, like an accuracy roll.
Right.
What would that even be? Give me a dexterity roll, Abby. See how accurate give me how accurate your pouring is.
Here we go. Nat 20. Come on.
14. I think you get most of it. Ingrid, you can roll a 1d4 for HP as well.
Heck yeah.
Murph didn't even get a scratch in that fight. Holy shit.
Oh,
Murph, are you thirsty? Do you want some water?
I'm good.
All right. How do you suppose I get down from here?
Same way you got up?
Magic's more of like a tool of fun and adventure. I try not to use it for simple tasks.
I have a rope. Do you want that?
Maybe. What am I gonna do with the rope?
You could tie it to something up there, maybe?
All right. You toss it up then. All right. I assume that Ingrid is capable of throwing the rope up here.
I think we can skip the minutiae of this, and you're able to get down without any issues. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Cool. Where to, team?
Back
to the wagon.
Cart? Yeah.
Which way?
So.
Oh.
You can either go back the way you came, or you can go the way the other guys came.
Reverse puzzles.
I think that we made friends with that statue, so I'd say we go back the way we came.
Awesome. You guys head back along along the path that you came down, and as you enter back through the room, you see your friend the statue there, and it spots that you're carrying Abby the goblet. And it goes, "Oh, you got it! Well done! That's amazing! Oh, brilliant! I knew you'd do it. You did this door handle thing so easily. I thought they're bound to get it."
Well, thanks, mate.
No, I couldn't be happier for you. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely high-fiving it.
He's high-fiving everyone. Him and Handy, you know it.
Yeah.
Poof! Yeah. Massive. You don't see any sign of Maz or Lingo on your way out of the sanctum. But sure enough, when you exit the cave, it's now getting on for kind of early evening. The sun beginning to set. And sure enough, Denton is there with the wagon, and just gives you a kind of slightly surly nod as you're coming up. You can see as you approach, he's been reading a book, and he's like, all right, seems a bit perturbed to have to come back to his book another time. He's perhaps hoping you would be in there a little longer, you know. Ready to head back?
Hey, Denton! You've been here the whole time.
People come running through on their way out of the cave.
Yeah, they looked in pretty bad shape. I saw elf and I think there was a kobold. There was scarpering. They didn't go the same way though. They went off in different directions. Didn't even pay me any attention.
Did you recognize him? Have you seen him before?
No, never in my life.
Right then. We got the cup.
No, good for you. Brilliant. Right, off we go then. He doesn't look that excited, to be honest. So he takes you back to Barnachute Manor, and you're shown inside by it's a new attendant. There must have been a change of shift, who shows you back into the same office now. No, it's like sorry. They show you into the same office room. When you enter the office, you enter and two figures are sitting on chairs, and each of them is holding a brandy glass, and you see that one of them is Renlin T. Barnachute III, to give him his full name, who sent you on this errand. And the other one is a drow who is... and you see that the shutters on the window have been pulled shut to spare him the daylight. And he's dressed in quite fine clothing as well. As the door opens, the two of them look with immense excitement towards the door. And as you guys... Who enters the room first? Don't tell me. Is it Murph by any chance?
It's definitely not Abby. And I think that Abby would... I assume Abby has some sort of bag, probably, as an adventurer.
Yeah, a pack. Yeah.
He would definitely have the goblet in the pack now, not in hand.
As Murph enters through the door, Renlin leaps to his feet, spilling brandy everywhere. The brandy comes flying out of his glass, and he claps his hands together in excitement and goes, "Ha ha! I knew it! I knew that they would do it." The other guy, the drow, is just slumps back in his chair and is just like, it was 4 years in a row, for goodness sake. He's like, I cannot believe this. Yes, it's 4 years in a row, and next year it'll be 5. I told you. Now go and get my gold ready. And he turns and goes, wait a minute. You do have the cup, don't you?
Maybe. Where's the gold?
Which cup?
The Goblet of Camarrand, of course.
Oh, yeah. Like Ingrid said, where's our payment?
Well, I hope you understand I need to see the cup at least first.
Oh, yeah, we've got it.
He just stares at you expectantly. He wants to see this cup.
Well,
we can wait.
It's in my pocket. Reach in and grab it.
Good sir, we had an agreement. Let us not make any silly mistakes here at the end now. If you have the cup, then you have completed the job, and I will pay you as agreed. You have nothing to fear from my trustworthiness.
Well, let's see here. Abby will shift his pack around and flash a little bit of the cup out of the pack.
Ha! He turns to the drow and points at him. He's like, ha ha! Ha ha ha! I told you, you Dramados, you'll never beat me at this. Ha 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 ha! Oh, wonderful. If you could just hand the cup to the attendant, that would be incredible on your way out. Let me get your gold. One moment. He goes over to the desk and opens the drawer. And pulls out 3 pouches they look heavy, and plonks all 3 of them on the table. He goes, 300 gold as agreed. You've made an old man very, very happy. Thank you so much.
What's going on here? Did you guys have a little... It sounds like you had a competition or something.
Yes.
Curious.
Yes, there's no harm telling you now, I suppose. It's an annual wager. We send a party in to get the cup, and whoever's party brings it back is the winner. It's just a little wager that we've had going on a few years now, and old Dravid here, he hasn't won in years. It's become quite a running joke, to be honest with you. This drow looks just like annoyed. He's an older drow as well. You can see he's quite elderly. And he's like, do you know him, by the way? Dravid Dramanos? Everyone give me a history check. While I sneeze.
Achoo. Well, Abby don't know shit.
Oh, Murph, a learned man indeed. A well-travelled man of the world. Yeah, you've heard of Dravid Dramanos. He's another silver mine mogul who operates in the region. It being quite, he's another tycoon of a similar type to Renlin. And it would appear that these guys placed a wager on the outcome of who would bring back the goblet, which you guys won. Congratulations! Your 300 gold each payment is ready and waiting.
So
Yeah.
it really was just a cup.
Just a cut. Yes, the thing's absolutely worthless. Those aren't rubies at all. If you look a bit closer, they're just made of glass.
Oh.
All right then. Well, I guess I'll be taking my payment and go.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 100 gold from my bag, give it to the drow, and say, "Give this to Chip's family."
He
Yeah.
takes it. He takes it and goes, "Who?"
The adventurer you hired?
One of your
One of
team
them?
did not make it out of the ruin.
Oh, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that. Don't really have a way to get it to their family. Don't know who they are or where they came from.
Did you not hire them?
Yes, but we don't really do background checks or anything. It's more of a turn up and you're ready to go kind of thing. Still, he pockets the gold.
No.
Give me a friend.
He goes, I just lost 15,000 gold betting on this absurd wager that we do every year. Spare a
You have no
thought
one
for
to
me.
blame for that but yourself.
Yeah.
Well, very well then. He with some hesitation hands back the 100 gold that you gave to him. You can see it's a real wrench for him to give away. You know what? Hang on a second. I'm gonna roll for something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch.
In fact, I'm gonna do. I want to do a contested roll. Murph, can you give me perception, please? As he hands over the gold to you,
That's a 10 out of 20. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so it is. 17, nice. As he is handing the gold over to you, you see him try to palm one of the coins. Like, that's how greedy this fucker is. You see him try to palm it, but you spot him doing it.
I spot him doing it, and as I'm taking the money, I smack his hand.
Yes.
He just scowls and is like, fine, take your gold and go. And he stands up and goes to exit the room. Renlund still looks absolutely thrilled. He's been sort of hopping up and down and delighted the whole time, just smiling ear to ear. It's just like, oh, well, very good. He goes, if you do see another advert for a job that sounds similar a year from now, be a lamb and don't put your names down for it. We try to avoid having the same, because you already know the puzzles now, so we try to avoid people doing it twice. It takes away the fun, you know. So, again, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. Hope you've had a good time. And yes, all the best to you with that gold.
Yep. Thanks for the gold.
On the way out of the room, I like look for whatever is nearby that I can just like knock over.
Yeah, you can see there's a bust of Renlund Barnashoop on top of a. Do you know what it's on top of? It's on top of a fucking pedestal.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, yeah. Are there any other pedestals in this room? I'm gonna knock those over.
Murph, you knock over this bust and it smashes on the floor. And the pedestal itself is damaged, I'm delighted to say. Anything else that you guys want to achieve before you head off literally into the sunset? It's kind of, mid-evening now.
I'm definitely gonna kick something on my way out, but
Abby's just gonna look around for any. He's gonna take note of any potential elven artifacts since Barnachupe was bragging about having a bunch of collectibles and stuff, because he's not too keen on this old rich white human hoarding his people's
This
artifacts.
appropriation, this British Museum style. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So he's got 300 gold in his pocket now, so he's making future plans. He's taking note.
Buying some cat burglar equipment.
Give me an investigation roll, Abby.
Let me find my modifier for that. Okay. Well.
Nice house. This guy's probably got a few quid, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a nice human house. Human stuff.
You don't really see anything of particular interest in this room. It's from what he was saying earlier. It sounds like he's got a separate gallery somewhere, but but perhaps the bid to repatriate these artifacts will have to perhaps wait for another day.
All right.
Anything else from anybody?
Get the hell out of this white dude's house.
Well,
yeah.
You know, it's been a day of ups and downs. On the one hand, a halfling died for basically no reason. The three of you are all considerably wealthier. And you've made a contact who perhaps doesn't trust you, but is somewhat positively disposed towards you. And Murph, in your case, you knocked over a pedestal, and the three of you made a great new friend in the form of a statue who is really, really in favour of you guys. Holy shit.
Heck yeah.
Best news of the day.
The three of you begin to descend down the sloping hillsides back towards your... Wherever it is the three of you go next, whether that will be together or individually is perhaps something for you to discuss. What you don't see... returning to Renland's office as he as Dravid goes off to fetch 15,000 gold to pay his wager, we pull back and we see that the office is being observed through a kind of spectral portal by two even older, even richer figures who sit in their own massive elven study, looking out at the stars in some distant land. And as they observe the office, one turns to the other and says, they didn't kill him again this year. Well, I guess I owe you 40,000 gold. See you again next year. And he puts a big bag of gold down in front of him. And that, friends, I think, is where we will end today's adventure.
Very good.
It's incredible.
So thank you very much. Guys, I had a wonderful, wonderful time. That was absolutely amazing. Three really great characters. Lots of really fun stuff going on there. Thank you so much. That was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Martin. That was wonderful.
That was
thank you.
Super.